When I first got involved, I thought, right, I'll take a few years off from the Great Life Plan and help get rid of nuclear weapons. And it is certainly taking a bit longer than I thought. But I suppose it'll take as long as it takes, really. In the 1980s, the camp started with the Falklands War and the fact that nuclear submarines were sent down the base. And then shortly after that, it was announced that Trident was to replace Polaris and was to be at Faslane. Some people from the local CND group and one or two others decided they'd set up a temporary camp outside Faslane, and the rest is history. People said, "My God, you're still here doing this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm stubborn, I don't give up easy." There's something about the courage of little people taking on the big bad guys. And for 25 years, there's just been a collection of odd individuals and some ramshackle caravans by the side of the road kind of saying, "No." I still lie in the road and I get arrested and still think that's a valid thing to do. And for me, that's still part of my life, is to go and take direct action. Yeah, I do it with my son as well now. I brought both my children up at the camp. I think it's a really good place to have children. The Peace Camp, although a rather strange and bizarre community at times, was always a good place to have them, because there was always lots of people around to help out with read a story, take the walk down the beach, you know, and people say, "Oh God, how on earth do you manage at the Peace Camp?" Well, I don't know how people manage in high-rise flats on their own without any support, to be honest, so.
Go and sit on it if you like.
It's certainly not done them any harm. I mean, there was a letter in the local paper recently saying about the poor children there suffering, you know, their education and their health. And my son, who's 21, my oldest one, he wrote a letter in and he actually said there was nothing wrong with being brought up at the Peace Camp, and actually he'd been back to visit recently with his group from Stirling University, and they'd all been very impressed with it. In other words, kind of, I'm at university, I haven't suffered, my education didn't suffer, I'm fine, just shut up. So, sometimes I get really worn out with it, or frustrated as well. I don't want to keep doing this. It should have been actually finished in the last millennium. I quite like my life back. I quite like to do some other things before I die. I was in court the other week for being willful, apparently. I willfully and recklessly painted a slogan on a rock outside Faslane. And I went to court and said that I was definitely guilty of being willful because I was born willful, and hoped I died willful, because that's a good thing to be.
I've been here for 2 months and I haven't been arrested.
I'm sitting on the chair with your legs on.
Oh, there's a lot of crazy myths kind of locally about us. Obsession with soap all the time. They seem to think that we don't wash, as if washing is all of everything. You know. Actually, nuclear bombs kill everybody. They kill the smelly ones, they kill the clean ones, they kill the ones that have all morcons in their houses, and they kill the ones that, you know, live out in caravans. So actually everybody has a right to protest about nuclear weapons, however you live and however you smell.